At some point in this video, we need to talk about some upcoming kind of freaky situation that I need to go through involving all my fish tanks, guys. We'll get to that. But first, we need to do a bunch of housekeeping fish tank things. So let's get started with the tank that we were just looking at. We need to do a little bit of work on the Curry tank, on the floating aquascape here. You can see we have some moss down here we gotta suck out. Also, this thing is due for a water change, so we're gonna be doing that. Probably do a little bit of trimming of the moss as well, but if you guys remember last time we visited this tank, it was looking not the best. I ended up having to throw more of the Fritz algae clean out stuff that we used on the tank behind you, the Avatar tank that was having issues with all that crazy string algae. So we use that stuff on this tank, and it really works as a good band-aid product for when you have some outrageous algae problems, at least the type of algae that we had in here. So haven't really done much to this aquarium because it's scheduled for deconstruction here due to all of the bladderwort that's in it. You might remember that from the last time we visited it, but I just want to highlight how good that stuff is. I mean, sometimes you need a little help. Sometimes you need a little band-aid product to come in and save the day, and it definitely worked in here. So while we have also used it in this aquarium, I think we're sort of past the point of having real big issues. Like, all of the algae that was on the Anubias leaves has pretty much died off. I mean, there's still a little bit in there, but it was always my intention to sort of transition this tank into a low-tech, low-light aquarium. And if we really want to do that the right way, we need to change up the plants. So you might remember I mentioned wanting to get some Java fern for that tank, and that's what we did. So we have some Java fern we're going to check out. So this right here is a bunch of Java fern that I got from my buddy Will. So he has the YouTube channel Northwest Aqua Hobby. If you haven't seen it, check it out. He actually has a really unique way of growing out Java fern, Anubias, and mostly epiphytic plants like that. He also sells some stem plants, but I really want to highlight the Anubias and the Java fern because I think it's just so cool how he grows it. So here's some footage of his place. He's got all the Java fern, all the Anubias grown up out of the water. He's got them in like the hydroponics medium, and I mean, I was just super impressed when I started seeing this content from him. Well, let's see what he sent us, guys. We had a little snafu with UPS. They sent this to my neighbor's house, and when it arrived, I was actually on a little vacation, so this stuff arrived on Monday, technically, and it is now Friday that we're looking at this stuff. So let's see how everything looks in here. First off, everything is labeled nicely, even though I knew what we were getting. Will, all Java fern. I appreciate that, dude, but let's try and open this one-handed here. Probably can't do it. Oh, look at that. Boom. So, first thing you're going to notice is that everything is padded in some moist cloth. I like that. I had him send me a few different sizes of this stuff because I really want to make it a focal point in the new tank. So look at look at this. Keep in mind, this is like 5 days longer in the package than it should have been. Look at how green this stuff is, man. Like, as somebody who's bought a ton of Java fern straight from farms, this stuff is 100 times better than that stuff ever is. I'm not sure what size that is relative to these other things. That might be a medium size. Not sure. We'll find out here in a second. This is looking like probably more the same size, so can't tell you quite yet how that is compared to this stuff. These look like they're a little bit smaller. Maybe smaller. Our last bag here. Let's see, these look like they might be a little bit taller. This is what Java fern should look like, guys. I mean, this is just what you get from a small business, somebody who pays the maximum amount of attention to their product. I mean, I think you get the point. Like, I'm super stoked on this. Now that was a quick install. So with the Java fern, I mean, you have a couple of different routes you can go. You can super glue, just be careful not to get the rhizome too much, or you can of course tie it. In this case, I had enough pocket space in between the wood and all these little crevices that I could just stick those plants down into. So didn't have to do any physical attachment, which was nice. That allowed me to do it with the tank full, as you just saw. And over time, those roots will attach to things. The rhizomes will shoot out new little roots, and everything in here will be very secure, just like the Anubias has done the several months that it's been in here. Let me go ahead and turn off the light here behind me so you can get the full effect. I think that made a huge difference. Just that really strong green color pop. I think that's what we needed. It blends in nice with the Rotala, kind of fills in some of that empty space, hides the bottom halves of the plants where you can, you know, start to see, I don't know, more stem of those plants. I think overall it just blends everything much better. So yeah, guys, I'm super happy with it. If you're looking for Java fern or Anubias or any of the other plants that Will grows, you got to check out his store. I'll put a link for it in the description. I mean, this guy's got the healthiest rhizome plants in the business for sure. Check him out. So that brings me to the part of the video where I talk about the fact that I'm moving. So my wife and I have been trying to buy a house. You know, we tried to buy one last year when it was probably the best time. Didn't work out for us. We finally got the opportunity. It's kind of snuck in, and so we're going for it. But that brings me to kind of a scary point in that, you know, we have to move. I mean, come on, guys. If I lived here, I'd have a ceiling above me, I promise. So that has been something that's always kind of held me back a little bit. It's something that just in the back corner of my mind, you know, not having the full potential, being able to do exactly what I want to do because we rent, has kind of held me back a little bit. It didn't stop me from, you know, putting a greenhouse out in the backyard that, yes, I will have to tear down and move to the new place. That's freaky in and of itself. But yeah, so that's not happening for a few more months. I think we're slated to move kind of in the middle of July. If everything goes according to plan. It's not 100% finalized, but that is the plan. You know, it's not gonna be the best situation. This house that we've lived in for the last 4 years is pretty perfect. I mean, besides the fact that I don't have a ceiling up here, everything else is perfect about this basement space. It's really big. Obviously, you know, I don't show the whole room off all the time in videos, but I think you can kind of get a feel for just how big it is. I think it's close to 800 square feet total down here, and there's a whole nother part of down here that would make it probably closer to 1,000 square feet. It just doesn't have any power to it, so it has turned into just a giant storage mess. It will be nice from a standpoint that, you know, it's a house that we own, so we can do whatever we want to it. I can totally trick out where I'm gonna keep the fish tanks and everything, but it's not as big as what we're used to. And so that's kind of my internal struggle with, like, you know, how do I deal with having a little less space and just different space, like things are shaped out. Let's take a look here at some video that I took when we were doing the inspection on the house. We got a little time in there. So first off, the main downstairs area, it has a daylight basement as well. It's a little bit smaller. It's probably, I don't know, roughly 500 square feet maybe. And it's gonna be kind of a hybrid space. It'll be where I have my desk, which I have upstairs in the house right now, but we're gonna put that down there, and then we're also gonna put in a bunch of fish tanks. So I say a bunch of fish tanks, but we'll probably keep it to like the 350s that I have down here in the basement right now. I think I'm gonna put them against the walls where the windows are. And there's some other space in here. I'm sure once I move in, I'll get a better understanding of the layout and where I can get away with having fish tanks and where I can't. But beyond that, what made this house work for us is the fact that there is this really awesome shed in the backyard. And I say shed, but it's more like a little mini outbuilding, okay? It's roughly the size of my office upstairs in the house that we're at now. So it's like 20 feet deep by 12 or 13 feet wide. And I think that's where I'm gonna put the bulk of the sticker businesses. So that's gonna go in there, but we're also gonna put the big 6-foot water box tanks in the back of that building. And I think it's gonna work out perfectly. I mean, this thing has power, so we don't have to really worry too much about that. Might have to put in a couple new circuits or really get that to be as safe as possible. And then, you know, it has this concrete slab, so it's perfect for putting a giant tank. The only thing that we will have to do to this space is probably figure out how to get like a mini split in here. We want this to be a climate controlled room. I don't want to have to be, you know, worrying about it in the winter time and worrying about it in the summertime. With where I live, I mean, it's cold, not super cold in the winter, and it's not super hot in the summer, but I just have a feeling it could get a little extreme in here. So we want to figure that out. I definitely don't want to be throwing like a space heater in here and then having an AC somehow cooling off this room in the summertime, so we'll just have to figure that out. This is kind of giving me flashbacks to when I got my start and like everything was in the garage. I'm sure some of you remember that, but I don't think we're gonna get to a point where we need to put fish tanks in the garage. Legit, however, might have to go into the garage. And so, I mean, that's just the way it is. You know, we're moving in a good forward trajectory with that, and so I don't think it's gonna be too long before, you know, we're moving into a dedicated commercial space where we can really maximize this. And then, of course, if we have more space like that, if we're renting something, then we have probably some more space for some fish tanks. So I'm kind of trying to parlay this whole thing together and really make it work out, but I definitely want to have time and space to keep making videos, because that's how I got my start, guys. And you know, it's scary. I'm looking forward to it though, you know, as best I can. It's just it's a lot. So I just, you know, thank you so much for hanging in there with me and understanding that I can't be making videos 2-3 times a week, but maybe we can get a little bit closer to that soon. I'm hoping for it. And don't forget, guys, if you want to try out legit fish food, you can with some samples. So we're just doing the samples for free on the website, just pay for the shipping, or you can make a purchase at the sticker store. I know I got a lot of things going on, but if you buy any amount of stickers, you're gonna get some samples in your sticker order for free. It'll come with a little info card and a legit sticker too. And I forgot to mention, you're also gonna get a sample of legit fish food if you buy some plants from Will. I sent him over a bunch, and he should be still including those in the orders unless he's run out. But chances are you're gonna get a sample. So yeah, guys, that is what is going on over in my world. You know, unfortunately, we're gonna have to be taking down all these tanks. Part of the reason why the motivation has been a little estranged lately. Hope you can understand that. But, you know, I think it just opens up the door to new opportunities, like doing something cooler than this with sand waterfalls. Finally taking down this tank and starting something over to put in its place. A new little Ancient Gardens tank, maybe. And you know, it's probably going to mean that we're going to have more small tanks, which means more setup videos. So, you know, there's always a silver lining to everything, and I think it's just going to equal more content. Not sure where Mr. Raptor is going to go, but that thing is not going to be fun to move. So yeah, guys, I think that's probably going to do it for today's video. Hopefully it wasn't too short. But we did accomplish something today, which makes me feel good. It's been a while in as far as like getting things done related to aquariums go. So we got that tank looking a heck of a lot better, and you know, even though it's not going to be set up for very much longer, we still have a few months. And don't worry, just because I'm moving doesn't mean I'm going to completely stop making content. I'm just not going to be setting up new tanks probably. At least big ones. So I have some smaller tanks planned. We're gonna go ahead and do those because they'll be super easy to just drain down and move to the new house. So be on the lookout for those. I'm pretty excited for them. I have a couple ideas that I think you're gonna like. So anyway, guys, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.